Josh Thomas skyrocketed to fame at just 17 years old after winning the Melbourne International Comedy Festival. His first TV series, Please Like Me, was a mirror to his life and became a worldwide hit.
I kind of feel like we've drifted, you know?
This isn't good at all.
Well, so you're gay?
What? No, I'm not.
Today, he's making history as the creator of the first ever American TV series to star an autistic actress in a lead role. Freeform's Everything's Gonna Be Okay is the story of autistic teen Matilda, played by Kayla Cromer, and her sister, who lost their father and are now being raised by their older half-brother, Nicholas.
Now, let's all honor him by sharing moving letters from the heart.
What? What, we're not sharing them? Are we? We're not sharing them. Just burning them in the fire, aren't we?
That's silly. How will we know what everyone wrote?
I love that. Well, the series has been celebrated for its authentic look at the autism spectrum. The Autism Society calls its representation amazing to see. And last month, Josh made headlines when he announced that he himself is autistic, discovering his diagnosis after writing the show. And Josh joins us now. Thank you so much. It's so good to see. I love that big old smile. It's just effervescent.
Hello, Tamron Hall. How are you doing?
I am doing so good, Josh Thomas. Listen, your journey is one for the ages. Here you are, you're writing this script, you're developing this show, and then you have this huge personal revelation that you identify more with the storyline than you ever knew.
Well, I wanted to make this show, you know, I watched this documentary, and it was called Autism in Love. And this is how, like, stupid I was. I saw the title of the show, and I thought, can autistic people feel love? Right? That's how dumb I was at the time. And I watched the documentary, and I was so engaged by it, and I just loved every single person in the documentary so much. And I thought, I like these people, and I really think it would be fun to have a show that is an autistic person, like, at the center of the show, because I just felt connected to them. And then over the next 2 years, I did all this research to write this script to make this TV show. And then every time I do these interviews and meet these autistic people, there'd be this, like, ding, 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 ding. And I'd be like, yeah, that sounds like I've got, like, a lot in common with that. And then the show went to air. And all these people on Twitter kept saying that maybe my character was autistic. And I realized that maybe they were right. So basically, I was diagnosed autistic by Twitter.
That's incredible. So your character, Nicholas, people were picking up on things in the character that were actually things real in your life. I was looking up some of the numbers with my team. The CDC says that 1 in 54 children in the U.S. are diagnosed with autism, but that is usually around the age of 4. So you went your entire life not knowing.
Yeah, I mean, I came out as gay at like 22, and I came out as autistic at 33. You know, I'm slow. I'm slow at things. Other people are quicker at things than me. But you know, like, I think the thing about autism is a lot of people don't know what it is.
Yeah.
So what was exciting for me about getting to, like, I guess, come out as being autistic is that it's like, hey, you know, like, this is a version of an autistic person, because there's so many different kinds of autistic people in the world, and to get to add to the narrative and, like, the collection of media stories of what an autistic person is or what an autistic person could be was, like, really thrilling to me, because I don't know if you've noticed, Tamron Hall, but I'm adorable.
You are adorable, and you can rock a pink sweater. Let me tell you, that is just, that pink is popping. But, you know, I think it's interesting language that you use, because you say coming out as someone who is on the spectrum or someone who's autistic. A clinical psychologist actually diagnosed you. When you got the official diagnosis, was it liberating? Did it seem to help piece together parts of the puzzle of life that you've been trying to figure out?
You know, I was writing this script about being autistic when I was being diagnosed, and I really wanted the moment where he told me to, like, have, like, a big feeling. Like, I desperately needed to have a big feeling. But of course, I knew. Yeah. So, like, he leaned in and he said to me in this way that, like, was like this dramatic news. He was like, yes, well, I agree, you're autistic. And I was like, yeah, I know. That's why I paid you $500 for these appointments. Do you know what I mean? I was like, this isn't a big revelation. And then I remember I walked, my office is like in a shed in the backyard. I walked into my house and my housemate was like, well, what did he say? And I was like, yeah, well, that guy thinks I'm autistic. And she was like, okay. And I said, what do you think we'll order for dinner? And that was that.
And Josh, it's always this debate, as you know, of representation and who should play whom in the world of acting. Pop star Sia was under fire for casting Maddie Ziegler, who is not autistic, as the lead in her film. The movie Music, which was about a young woman who was diagnosed with autism. What do you think of that? Do you have to, I mean, do you see it as a right or wrong there?
But I find this conversation really hard because, like, I make things, right? And you make things, and you can have the best of intentions, and sometimes those best of intentions go badly. And I'm just never going to be someone who's going to go out there and say, like, that person did a bad thing, right? I'm never going to be like that. But I can talk from my experience of making the show and casting, and definitely, like, we cast, before I knew I was autistic, we cast a lead character and we cast someone who was autistic. And definitely that was a big question because it had never been done before. It just, nobody has ever cast somebody who was openly autistic in the lead role of a TV show.
That's incredible.
Ever. And it was like, I'm not going to lie to you, like, it was a question, right? We were like, what is this? How do you do it? When you're doing something that no one's done before, you have to you just have to kind of figure it out.
Yeah.
And you have to kind of be brave. And that's what we did. And for me, like, we auditioned neurotypical girls and they just weren't as good. Like, they just didn't have the same kind of emotional response to things that genuine autistic people have. And that's why I chose an autistic person. Right? I didn't do it to, like, try and be noble or to try and be, like, socially conscious. I did it because I wanted to make a TV show that was really good.
Wow.
Sia obviously found herself in a bad situation.
Yeah,
but
and she has since apologized. Yeah, and this is not, about making someone feel bad. To your point, if there's good intentions and it goes awry, it's more a process. And here you are at the time deciding how to cast. You cast Kayla Cromer, a bold move, but nevertheless, to your point, you didn't do it for the accolades. You did it because it rang authentic. It made the show real.
Yeah, I did it because she was really good, right? And I just did it because I like her so much. I did it because she came in, she's an audition, and she was really engaging. And I don't I don't ever want to talk about it in a way that makes it seem like I did it to be a nice guy, because that's not the truth. I did it for, like, because it was the best choice. And I think the truth is we have so few stories about disability, any kind of disability, and we have so few stories about autism. We have zero stories about female autistic characters. And the fact is that there isn't really a playbook for how to do it. Like, if you want to make a TV show about an astronaut, you can, or a movie about an astronaut, there's, like, a lot of movies you can reference and check in on how to do it. But telling stories about disability is, like, it is challenging at the moment because there's not that many places you can look.
Well, you've created a beautiful blueprint for people to follow at your young age, all while being, as you pointed out to me, adorable. So thank you, Josh. Thank you. Congratulations on all of it. You're just a ray of light, and I appreciate you so much.
It's so nice to see you.
Thank you, Josh. And be sure to watch Everything's Gonna Be Okay on Freeform Thursdays at 10 p.m. Eastern.